An extraordinary Gazette notification was issued last night highlighting the subject functions and state institutions which come under relevant cabinet and non-cabinet ministers. However, when analyzing this Gazette notification, several questions can be raised as to whether the people are being deceived. The reason for such questions to arise is because certain ministries do not have any state institutions allocated under them.
The Ministry of Defence, which comes under the purview of the President, has 21 state institutions under it, including the Police Department, National Dangerous Drugs Control Board, National Media Centre and the State Printers Department. 22 state institutions have been allocated under the Mahaweli Development and Environment Ministry, which is also headed by the President. The Ministry of National Policies, Economic Affairs, Resettlement and Rehabilitation, Northern Province Development, Vocational Training and Skills Development and Youth Affairs, which are overlooked by the Prime Minister, have 24 state institutions falling under its purview. According to this Gazette notification, the Ministry of Finance and Mass Media has 48 ministries allocated under it. This is the largest number of state institutions which have been assigned for a single ministry. The central bank and all state banks fall under the purview of the Ministry of Finance and Mass Media, according to this Gazette notification. Minister of Public Enterprise, Candy and Heritage and Candy Development Lakshman Kiriyalla has 4 state institutions allocated to his ministry. These institutions include the Ceylon Ceramics Corporation, Kahagolla Engineering Service Company Limited, BCC Lanka Limited and State Resources Management Corporation. An interesting fact which is highlighted here is even though Minister Kiriyalla also holds office as the Minister of Candy and Heritage and Candy Development, no relevant institutions have been allocated to fall under his purview. 7 state institutions have been given to Minister Ravi Karunanayake, who is the Minister of Power, Energy and Enterprise Development. These include the Ceylon Electricity Board and companies controlled by it, the Lanka Electricity Company and the Sri Lanka Sustainable Energy Authority. 26 agencies have been handed over to Minister Sajith Premadasa, who is the Minister of Housing, Construction and Cultural Affairs. The Department of Archaeology and Central Cultural Fund, which earlier fell under the purview of the Ministry of Education, have been handed over to Minister Sajith Premadasa, according to this Gazette. The National Film Corporation, National Housing Development Board as well as the State Engineering Corporation falls under the purview of Minister Sajith Premadasa. Minister Premadasa has also been handed over Gaul Heritage, which was earlier a part of the subject of Southern Development. 3 state institutions have been handed over to the Ministry of Buddha Sasana and Vayamba Development. They are the Department of Buddhist Affairs, Buddha Sasana Fund and the International Buddhist Centre. Although Vayamba Development has also been handed over to Gamini Jayavikrama Pereira, no relevant authorities have been allocated. Chandrani Bandara, who is the Minister of Women and Child Affairs and Dry Zone Development, she has only been allocated 5 institutions which pertain to women and child affairs. No institutions have been allocated for the subject of Dry Zone Development. While Sagara Ratnayaka is the Minister of Ports and Shipping and Southern Development, 4 institutions which only support the subject of ports and shipping have been allocated and no agencies nor institutions have been allocated for Southern Development. 2 authorities, including the Technology Agency and its affiliates, have been allocated under the non-cabinet Ministry of Digital Infrastructure and IT. Following another extraordinary Gazette which was issued on the 26th of this month, since the resignation of Minister Harin Fernando from the post of Minister of Digital Infrastructure Development, it has been allocated to Ajit P. Pereira, who holds office as the non-cabinet minister of the relevant ministry. The science and technology sphere, along with 19 institutions which were removed from Malik Samaravikrama, have been handed over to Sujiva Senasinghe, who is the non-cabinet minister of science. The sole institution allocated to Dr. Harsha De Silva, who is the non-cabinet minister of Economic Reform and Public Distribution, is the Institute of Policy Studies. Yet another startling fact which is noted through this Gazette is that there is no mention of which ministries will overlook the Sri Lanka Telecommunication Regulatory Commission and Sri Lankan Airlines.